Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare states $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're going to talk about one of the more fascinating coins from the America the Beautiful Quarter series, the United States 2015 Homestead National Monument of America Quarter. At first glance, it might just look like another quarter from your pocket change, but let me tell you, this coin carries stories, symbols, and in some cases, surprises that can make collectors' hearts race. If you love coins, if you're a treasure hunter at heart, then you'll want to listen carefully, because the Homestead Quarter has more to it than meets the eye. The Homestead Quarter was the first release of 2015, part of the America the Beautiful program that began in 2010 and ran through 2021. Each design in the series celebrated a different national park, forest, or monument. And for this one, the spotlight was on the Homestead National Monument of America in Nebraska. This site represents the Homestead Act of 1862, which granted land to Americans willing to settle and farm it. It was a turning point in American history, shaping the lives of countless families and communities. When you look at the reverse of this coin, you'll see a design that speaks to that history. There's a simple, yet powerful image of a homesteader's house, with water flowing from two pumps on either side. The water symbolizes life, growth, and survival, while the shelter itself represents home, stability, and perseverance. Above it, you'll notice wheat ears that signify agriculture, the lifeblood of the homesteaders who braved the unknown to build a new future. Every detail of this coin is meant to tell a story, and for collectors, that kind of symbolism makes it even more meaningful. Now, you might be wondering what makes this coin so special beyond its design. The truth is, rarity and condition play a huge role. Millions of Homestead quarters were struck at both the Denver and Philadelphia mints, and even at the San Francisco mint in special collector versions. That means you'll find plenty of these in circulation. But not all Homestead quarters are created equal. While most are just regular pocket change, there are some with unique errors and varieties that transform them from common coins into valuable collector's pieces. One of the most talked about varieties of the Homestead quarter is the snow-on-the-roof error. Collectors call it that because of extra metal or die chips that appear above the roof of the house on the reverse. These small details might look like snow piling up, but they're actually minting mistakes, and error hunters absolutely love them. Depending on the strength of the error and how visible it is, these can sell for much higher than face value, but that's not all. There are also known errors where extra metal forms near the water pumps, creating the illusion of additional water streams. Some even show extra pumps altogether. These errors, especially when strong and clear, can command real attention in the market. The idea that a coin could feature what looks like 3 or even 4 pumps instead of 2 makes it one of the more fun and desirable errors to collect. Then there are double die varieties, where parts of the design appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. Collectors hunt for these varieties because they stand out and are much rarer than regular coins. A strong double die on a Homestead quarter can turn a coin worth 25 cents into something that gets serious bids at auction. Of course, condition is everything. A Homestead quarter that has been in circulation for years, rattling around in pockets and cash registers, won't bring much more than face value. But an uncirculated coin, one that has never been spent and still has its mint luster, can be worth significantly more. The highest premiums go to coins graded by professional services in the very top grades, like mint state 67 or 68. Collectors know just how rare it is to find such perfect examples. Even the San Francisco issues, which were made in both clad-proof and silver-proof versions, attract strong collector interest. The silver proofs, in particular, are stunning coins with mirror-like fields and frosted designs. These are always in demand, and complete sets of the America the Beautiful quarters are highly sought after by serious collectors. Now comes the part you've been waiting for, the value. Regular Homestead quarters you find in circulation are generally worth only their face value, $0.25. But if you've got one of those error coins with the snow-on-the-roof effect, or the extra pumps, or a strong double die, then you might have something special. In uncirculated grades, These errors have sold in auctions for hundreds and even thousands of dollars, depending on the variety and condition. And the most pristine examples, certified at the highest levels, have been known to reach into the range of several $1,000s at major coin auctions. So, imagine pulling one of these from your pocket change. A simple quarter could actually turn out to be a collector's treasure, worth far more than you ever thought possible. That's why it pays to check your change, to look closely at those coins that most people overlook. The Homestead quarter is a reminder that history, artistry, and value can all be hiding in plain sight. Top 2, we are going to explore one of the most beautiful and historically rich coins from the State Quarter series, the United States of America Florida Quarter from 2004, a coin that captures adventure, discovery, and history all in one small piece of metal. And yes, some of these coins can actually be worth a surprising amount of money if you know what to look for. The Florida State Quarter was released in 2004 as part of the legendary 50 State Quarters program. This series ran from 1999 to 2008 and honored each state with its own unique design. Florida's coin was the 27th in the series, representing the year 1845 when Florida officially became the 27th state to join the Union. Collectors love this coin not only for its design but also because of the stories behind it. On the reverse of the Florida Quarter, you'll see some powerful imagery. There's a Spanish galleon ship sailing across the ocean, representing the voyages of early explorers who first charted the seas around Florida. There's also the space shuttle, symbolizing modern exploration and Florida's role in space history with Cape Canaveral, and of course, a sabal palm tree, the state tree of Florida, standing tall to represent the natural beauty of the Sunshine State. This combination of Old World exploration and New World discovery makes this coin one of the most visually exciting in the series. The obverse, like all state quarters, carries the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan and modified for the State Quarter program, while the reverse tells the story of Florida. The obverse connects it back to the history of America as a whole. This balance between tradition and uniqueness is one of the reasons collectors chase after state quarters so passionately. Now, let's dive into what makes the Florida 2004 quarter so interesting for collectors. The truth is that millions were minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, which means it's a common coin in general circulation. But the real treasure comes when you find one in pristine, uncirculated condition or when you stumble upon a rare error variety, and trust me, there are some exciting ones for this particular quarter. One of the most famous and desirable errors on the 2004 Florida quarter is the double die variety. In these coins, you might see doubling in the letters, numbers, or parts of the design on the reverse. Even slight doubling can get collectors very excited, but strong, clear doubling makes a coin truly stand out. Error hunters love these because every double die is unique. It's like owning a fingerprint of minting history. Another fascinating type of error on the Florida State Quarter is the off-center strike, when a coin is struck incorrectly and the design appears shifted. Some off-center errors can be minor and barely noticeable, but dramatic examples where part of the design is missing are highly collectible, especially if you can still read the date and mint mark. The more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Then there are die cracks and die chips, small imperfections that appear on coins when the minting dies are worn or damaged. On the Florida Quarter, these sometimes show up as extra lines, bumps, or raised areas that don't belong, while minor ones don't add much value. Large or eye-catching die breaks can make a coin far more desirable. Collectors love these little quirks because no two are exactly the same. Of course, condition is everything when it comes to coin value. A Florida quarter that has been in circulation for years with scratches, wear, and loss of luster won't bring more than face value, but if you find one in mint state, with bright luster and no marks, then you might be holding something much more valuable. The highest graded examples, especially those graded MS-67 or MS-68, are always in demand. Since so few survive in perfect shape out of the millions originally minted, don't forget about the special proof versions of the Florida Quarter either. The San Francisco Mint struck both clad and silver proofs in 2004 for collectors. These coins have a stunning mirror finish and frosted designs, and the silver versions in particular are beautiful pieces of art. They're highly collectible, and when kept in pristine condition, they always carry premium value among serious collectors. Now comes the exciting part you've all been waiting for. The value. while most 2004 Florida quarters in circulation are worth only face value. Those rare double die errors, off-center strikes, or high-grade mint state coins can sell for much more. In the collector's market and at auctions, some of the most pristine and rare examples have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars depending on the grade and the error variety. In fact, the top auction records for perfect condition Florida quarters have reached into the range of several $1,000s for a single coin. So next time you're going through your pocket change or searching through rolls of quarters, keep your eyes open for the Florida state quarter, because what looks like just another coin might actually be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. That's the beauty of coin collecting, history and value hiding in plain sight. Top 3, we are going to explore one of the most breathtaking coins in the America the Beautiful Quarter series, the United States 2018 Voyagers National Park Quarter, a coin that blends history, wildlife, and artistry into one beautiful design, and in some cases, this little coin can be worth far more than just 25 cents, so stay tuned because collectors and coin lovers will not want to miss this one. The Voyagers Quarter was released in 2018 as part of the America the Beautiful program that ran from 2010 to 2021. Each coin in this program honored a special site in the United States, and this one highlights Voyagers National Park in Minnesota, a park famous for its countless lakes, rocky cliffs, lush forests, and incredible wildlife. The design reflects the natural beauty of the region, and it truly stands out from the rest of the series. On the reverse, you'll see a common loon, the state bird of Minnesota, floating on the water with pine trees and rock formations in the background. The loon's image is graceful and powerful, representing the wilderness and calm spirit of the park. Collectors admire this design because it captures not just scenery, but also the story of the voyagers themselves, the French-Canadian fur traders who traveled through these lakes and rivers centuries ago, carrying goods and helping shape the region's history. The obverse of the coin carries the traditional portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan and adapted for the state and national park quarters. It's a design that keeps the coin tied to America's history, while the reverse makes each issue unique. This balance between tradition and uniqueness is one reason why these quarters are so loved by collectors everywhere. Now let's talk about rarity and errors. The Voyagers Quarter was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Millions of them were struck, which means most examples you find in your change are just common coins, but collectors know the real treasures are the ones that stand out. Coins in uncirculated condition, proof issues, silver versions, and especially those with minting errors can carry impressive value. One of the most interesting error types seen on these coins is the off-center strike, where the design is shifted noticeably on the planchet. Dramatic examples are rare and can be worth serious money, especially when the date and mint mark are still visible. Another exciting error is the die clash, when the dies hit each other without a coin in between, creating faint outlines of the opposite design. Coins with this feature are unusual and highly collectible. Die cracks and die chips are also found on some Voyagers quarters. These appear as raised lines or bumps on the coin caused by a damaged die, while minor ones are common. Larger or more dramatic cracks can make a coin unique and more desirable. There are also double die varieties where parts of the design appear doubled. A strong double die on a Voyagers quarter would be a dream find for error hunters, making the value skyrocket. Condition also plays a huge role. Most coins from circulation are only worth face value, but coins that have never been spent and still show their original luster can be worth far more, especially those graded at the highest levels like MS67 or MS68. Professional grading services certify these coins, and collectors are willing to pay premiums for the best examples. And don't forget about the San Francisco proof coins, especially the silver proofs, which are stunning and always in demand. Now comes the most exciting part, the value. While most Voyagers quarters you find in circulation are worth only 25 cents, uncirculated coins, proofs, and especially rare error varieties have sold for far more, in the collector's market and at auctions. These coins have brought in prices ranging from hundreds to several $1,000s for the finest examples, and that is what makes this little quarter so thrilling to search for. So next time you're looking through your pocket change or coin rolls, keep an eye out for the 2018 Voyagers Quarter. What looks like an ordinary coin could actually be hiding amazing value, and the thrill of the hunt is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Top 4. We are diving into the world of United States of America quarter dollar from 2012 featuring Denali National Park is one of those coins that immediately captures the heart of collectors and coin lovers. The design shows the majestic Mount McKinley with a Dall sheep standing proudly in the foreground, symbolizing the wild beauty of Alaska. It is not just a coin but a piece of American history and nature pressed into metal, a little piece of treasure that people often overlook in everyday change. When you first hold this quarter in your hand, you notice the boldness of its details, the mountain rising high, the animal carefully engraved. It feels alive, and that is what makes collectors pay attention. The artistry and symbolism of this coin is unmatched, especially considering it was part of the America the Beautiful series, which aimed to celebrate the nation's natural wonders. Now let's talk about why the Denali quarter from 2012 is more than just a common coin. Like most modern quarters, millions were produced, but not all quarters are created equal. Some carry unique errors, striking flaws, or minting variations that turn them from pocket change into collector's gold. These are the stories that make people search their jars and rolls of coins with excitement. One of the most fascinating things about this quarter is the range of errors that can be found. Collectors have discovered double die obverse errors, where the letters or date appear doubled, and these mistakes are highly collectible. Then there are off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing or pushed off the coin, and those are always in demand, especially when the details are still clear and bold. You might also hear about die cracks on Denali quarters. These are lines caused by worn dies used during minting. They can run across the mountain, the sky, or even through the date, and every die crack is different, making each error coin unique. And let's not forget the rare examples with extra thickness on the design. Those are often called extra metal, or cuds, by collectors, and they make these coins worth hunting for. The mint marks also matter. The 2012 Denali was struck at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and the San Francisco proof coins, especially the silver proofs, are among the most beautiful versions, shining with mirror-like surfaces that attract serious collectors. These coins were not made for circulation, which makes them even more desirable today. Imagine searching through your change and suddenly finding a 2012 Denali quarter with an error, a doubled image, or a silver proof. It's like discovering a hidden gem. These coins tell a story of the minting process, the skill of engravers, and the rare imperfections that turn a simple coin into a collectible treasure. That's why people keep looking, because you never know when a valuable example will show up. And now, let's talk about the value. While most 2012 Denali quarters you see in your pocket change are worth face value, the rare ones can bring real money. Coins with strong doubling or major off-center errors have sold at auction for hundreds of dollars. Silver proofs in perfect condition have reached well over $100, and some pristine high-grade examples graded by professional services have even gone beyond that. One coin in a top grade sold for several $100s, showing just how much collectors are willing to pay for the best of the best. So next time you see a 2012 Denali quarter, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look, check for errors, mint marks, and conditions, because you never know, the coin sitting quietly in your hand could be worth far more than you think. And for collectors, that thrill of discovery is what makes the hunt so exciting. Top 5, and last rare coin. We're diving into a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket change right now, the United States quarter dollar from 2017 featuring Effigy Mounds. This is not just any quarter, it's part of the America the Beautiful series, and it celebrates something truly powerful, the ancient Native American effigy mounds found in Iowa. These sacred mounds shaped like animals such as bears and birds are a deep reminder of culture, spirituality, and history, and when you see them honored on a coin, you know you're holding something special. The design is breathtaking. It shows four mounds stretching across the landscape, silent yet filled with meaning. Imagine the generations that built them centuries ago, and now imagine that history preserved in your hand through this quarter. This is why coin collectors love the Effigy Mounds quarter. It's not just about money or metal, it's about memory and connection, about keeping the past alive today. But as collectors, we all know the thrill isn't just the design, it's the rarity, the errors, and the condition that make a coin worth chasing. Millions of Effigy Mounds quarters were minted at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and while most went straight into circulation, some came out different, some came out flawed, and those mistakes are the gold mines for collectors. One of the most exciting errors on this coin are double dies. Imagine looking at the letters and noticing a shadow effect, like the design was struck twice. That's a double die, and those can bring strong value. Then you have off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing because the die didn't line up correctly. These coins instantly stand out and collectors will pay a premium to own them. Die cracks and cuds also appear on the Effigy Mounds quarters. These happen when the die used to strike the coin breaks or chips, leaving raised lines or missing parts of design. Every single one is different, making each coin unique. Collectors absolutely love these because it's like owning a one-of-a-kind piece of minting history, and that is why these small details matter so much. And don't forget about the San Francisco Mint issues. They struck proof and silver proof versions of this quarter. These coins were never made for circulation. They have beautiful mirror-like fields and frosted details. They shine like jewelry, and if you've got one sitting in a set or collection, it could be worth much more than you think. Especially in perfect condition. Now let's imagine this: you're going through a roll of quarters from the bank, or you're checking your change after a store purchase, and suddenly you spot the Effigy Mounds design. Your heart skips because you realize it might be one of those rare error pieces or even a high-grade example. That excitement is what keeps collectors searching every single day, because at any moment, a rare treasure could appear in your hand. As for value, here's where things get even more interesting. Most Effigy Mounds quarters in circulated condition will be worth their face value, but uncirculated examples certified in top grade have been selling for more than $100. Silver-proof versions in flawless condition have brought even higher prices, and major minting errors like dramatic off-center strikes or bold double dies have sold for several $100s at auction, making this a modern quarter that's absolutely worth hunting for. So starting from today, keep your eyes open, don't overlook your change, because that 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter could be more than just 25 cents. It could be a story, a piece of history, and yes, even a treasure worth real money. And that's what makes coin collecting so exciting. Every coin has a secret, and the thrill is in discovering which ones are hiding in plain sight.